Good afternoon and welcome back to Carnation Crafts. If you've not already seen us, then this morning was the launch of the next in the generation of Clean and Simple. It's a fantastic set that has everything in it apart from your die cutting machine. So if you are wanting to make the most beautiful cards very simply and easily, then this could be the kit for you. This is the Heartfelt Hydrangeas card making kit collection. We've got a special show price for you as well of $44.99 with this one. We are now approaching 40% of the stock, and as we warned you earlier, these normally do sell out because obviously a lot of people sometimes are collecting them, and I totally get that, but a lot of you are new, are dipping your toe in the water with this one as well. So this could be your starting point where you then learn to use Carnation Crafts products. With these, obviously, you will get your coloured artwork, which is all hand-drawn as well. So you will have a complete kit from everything from adhesive, dies, cardstock and stamps to actually make these beautiful cards which you can make and sell with. And just to show you a few more little extra ones, these are some of the design team makes as well, and these are absolutely beautiful. And you can see with these you can make lots and lots of different styles of cards just by using them landscape, portrait, by mixing them in together. You really can get a different look. You've got so many different designs, and the key thing with this collection is that with these you get a unique design of actual aperture. So no more measuring, no more thinking about it, having to decide what you want to do. Everything is done for you. So if you're wanting a collection that is literally going to make it very easy now for you to make your cards, then this could be the collection for you. Earlier we were saying about the hydrangeas as well. It brings back a lot of memories for us as children and things like that. You know, your mum or your grandma having these in the garden. It's such a beautiful part of history, really. The hydrangeas, they are honestly iconic. Now, this is your Clean and Simple. This is one of the kit ones. It always comes in beautiful packaging, all labelled up, so when it's on your shelf, you know that's the complete kit that you need. On the inside of this one, you've actually got all your dies to do your matting and layering. You've got that beautiful arch shape, you've got that stained glass window, you've got 3 different sizes in the hydrangeas in there as well. You've got all the mats and layers to use separately or to use together, and then you've also got your cartouche frame there, so if you're wanting to do your different sentiments, you can add those in there as well. Then tucked away in the back as always, and this is genius, you actually get 10 sheets of the blush cardstock, and then you're getting 5 sheets of the nude as well. So you've got the corresponding cardstock that is going to go with the artwork. And as I always say to you, once you purchase this, go and print and download your artwork, and then you can put that in there, and then as soon as you get your set, you can then start cutting out your dies and everything, so then you can make those beautiful cards. Over on this side is where you've got the pocket of dreams, shall we call it. You've got all your adhesive, you've got 5 meters of your foam on a roll, then you've got 2 mil and 5 mil of your sticky foam pads, but on here you've also got stamps. Now, if you've never used stamps before, this is a great way to try because you've got the smaller size sentiments, so they're easy to position and easy to stamp with. These are self-cling, so you can either use an acrylic block or your stamping positioners. And then you've got 2 background stamps. These have got more of a distressed rather than a permanent outline, so they look softer when you're making your backgrounds on your cards. You've got the butterflies and the little flowers, and then you've got that fleur-de-lis. But to me, that would look great if you've got some of the cards with like little glasses on, because it's got like little flourishes and bits like that, so it's more party time. I really like that one. So again, everything is in your kit. Like I say, you don't have to have any of the others to start using Clean and Simple. This is now where you can just take your kit and you can get crafting with it as well. $44.99 for this one. Like I say, it is all on the website if you want to check that out as well. And this is what you can make from that one kit. Obviously, you're going to download your artwork, but you've got your dies, you can cut them out, so no fussy cutting with scissors. Then you've got all your mats and layers, which will actually give it height and dimension, and getting that perfect alignment is going to make you look like a pro from the moment you cut this out. So again, it's giving you that style, that elegance, and also that beautiful look to your cards. These are the stamps that are in the kit as well. You've got just to say, happy birthday, thinking of you, I love you, thank you, with a little kiss on the end. Do like that detail. Happy anniversary, sending you love, congratulations, a special friend. And like I say, these are your stamps, but you can see you can rotate them, you can mix and match them. These look great as well on this side of a card. So if you're wanting to just put it down one side, you can just have that little bit of texture to your projects. But a beautiful kit for $44.99. That is incredible. But if you are looking for extras in your actual collection, like this beautiful nude pink cardstock, with this you are actually getting 20 sheets. With this it is $2.90 GSM, but this is the one that obviously is in that kit. But if you wanted more of it, this is your time to grab this. This one's 251025, $14.99. So again, pop it in your basket if you've got your basket open to help you save on your postage. But that is the nude. Okay, a lot of you are messaged in between the shows and were asking, had we got any of the nude, I'm telling fibs, the hammered cardstock. Now, we have got some in stock, so we've brought it onto this show for you. But this is that beautiful, and this is that hammered cardstock. And again, available on the website as well, because a lot of you have now started using this one as well. $2.80 GSM. Now, with this, it's 50 sheets and it's $14.99. It's all on the website, but this has got a slight texture to it. A little bit like, it looks like watercolour cardstock. Obviously it's not, but it's got that slight texture to it. So if you're wanting something with a texture, especially for your Christmas cards, this would be fabulous. But with this one, like I say, 50 sheets, and this is $2.80, so good for base cards. Obviously with this, you wouldn't print onto this. This is a textured one. This is more for your card blanks and your matting and layering. But $14.99, it's a great price as well. So you've got all of those. Now, let's make a little card, shall we? So let me just quickly get everything out, and then we'll make a card. But it's so easy using these kits to be able to literally just take, because with this, if you take a A4 sheet of cardstock, you can actually take quite a few of the dies and you can cut them out from one A4 sheet. So if you wanted those all in white, obviously you'd have to use the smaller one, not the bigger one, sorry. But you could use the largest one, a medium sized one, and then the 2 layers, you'd get that all out of one sheet. So it's really cost effective when you're actually using it as well. Now, I love it because they always give you a card base, because there's nothing worse. You've got this beautiful shape and then you've got to put it on a square card, or you've got to try and replicate that arch. You won't do it. It will always look a mess. So just use what you have. Now, I've got out 2 of the largest ones. I just put a score line at the top. So this is going to be like my hinge. So now I can make myself a little card blank with this, and I can use this onto here. Now, I know sometimes people like this kind of size for using like mini albums and things like that, just punching a hole in it and having photographs like little brag books and things like that. You can do all of that with those. You could even turn it that way and make like little hinges, so then it opens that way. So you can swap it and change it, but I've used it as it should be, like as a card blank base. So we're going to let that just dry. Let's start layering this up. I've used my foam on a roll, which is in the kit. Easy to peel, easy to use. You're not struggling with it. You don't need lots of tools to get the backing off it, which I hate, I'll be honest with you. So there we go. So you can see already you've got that perfect matte and layer. You've got that perfect precision cut with that. Now, this is some of the nude cardstock you're getting in your kit. I've cut this as my next layer. And this then is just going to give me that height and dimension, and it breaks up the layers. So it's casting shadow and throwing that little different, you know, beads of light with that one. Then I've got the white layer as well. We're going to use this on the top, or should I say blush? Blush, I should say, shouldn't I? But you could use your white cardstock, you could use your hammered cardstock. Doesn't matter, whatever you have. So you can see already that on its own looks beautiful. It looks sturdy, it looks strong, and you can see there it really does give you that beautiful little point. Now, if you were feeling about being romantic, now, and that's not me, as a lot of you know, I am not a romantic. This to me looks like, you know, like on your search for your maps on your phone, it looks like the pointer if you could get the reference of a restaurant where you met, you could actually put that in there and you could have a heart there. So it could be like an anniversary card. That's what I was thinking. But like I say, I'm not a romantic, but I just thought, you know, for a guy's card, if you did that for Valentine's Day or anniversary and put a little red heart, but you put the, what is it? Not the circumference, the point where you met, that would actually look, your coordinates, that'd be really cute, I thought, yeah, I know, I'll pass over it. I'm not the most romantic. I'm not the most gooey sort, so, but I was just trying to think of something nice that you could all do with it and a bit different, and it makes it a little bit more masculine if you wanted to do that, because then you could do it in blacks and reds and things like that. So it's not all about this, but you will find with this shape you definitely can do lots of different designs with it, because with this you've got so many layers you can use with, you can use without. I'm just rotating this round to give it a little bit of a fullness just there. Then I'm going to take my sentiment, and what I'm going to do this time is bridge this across here. So can you see it just gets away from that expanse, but it's also giving us that beautiful look with the flowers on there too. Very clean, very simple, but again, it will just show you the beauty that you can make with these cards straight out there. So again, you know, take your time. I would say cut out a load of the card blank bases and things like that. Have them ready to go, laid out in front of you in all the different sizes. Then all you've got to do is take one of each layer it together, and then just design with it. Personalization is going to be so easy with this one. But like I say, these are the clean and simple, because with this we want to give you the best of the best, and this really is. If you're wanting professionalism, if you're wanting a card that is going to stand out but for the right reasons, this is the one for you. Look at that. Again, just a couple of little gems. You don't have to add a lot. This one's actually been stamped underneath, and then the flowers have been placed on the top, so that's giving it a different look. And also, don't forget about the waist. You know, before I've shown you different ways of using the waist bits. These flower petals are waist bits from what you cut out of the actual aperture. So you've got the petal formation there as well. So you could use those. Could be a hot air balloon if you wanted it to be with a shape. You could really, you know, with that, it could be a hot air balloon. You could put some little strings on it. You could put a little basket at the bottom. So again, it's just how you see the shapes and how you feel with them. But you can use them landscape or portrait, and look at that. Really, really fabulous. Let me just show you a couple using different bits that you may have at home. And, you know, I'm a big advocate with carnation for you using what other bits you've got left, because sometimes you might just have that little corner of the flowers left over. Use them on the clean and simple cards. You don't need to use a lot. Like with this one, we've got the little robins just sat in there, draped around there, and then a sentiment. It is that easy to make these cards. And like I say, a lot of you, if you're like me, you've got little bits floating around in bags or boxes. This is your time now to get these out and also make your cards to sell. Like this one, look, it's got, can you see? It's a shaker card. It's got little sequins in. So a great detail, and it's already cut out and done for you. All you've got to do is put acetate behind it and mat it and layer it. That's how easy it is. And then look at this one. Utilising that beautiful shape to draw your eye in and use that lovely bird on there and that little gnome, shall we say, on there too. Now let's make another little card, and I'll show you this. Now this one I am actually going to use different bits, so that was my link from the other bits to these. I thought we could this time use some different elements again and showing you how different you can make your style of your cards. Now I know this is a real mashup. I don't know, I just saw the colours and I went with it. These have got these beautiful daisies that should have been in a big one, but I broke it into bits to use it. I don't know where it's from. I am sorry, team. Sorry, Bunny. I keep calling her Bonnie today, and it's Bunny. She's going to, honestly, she must hate me. She must hate me, everybody. Honestly, but I'm terrible with names. Anybody who's known me a long time knows everybody's Jean in my world, because I can't remember. Now, just using a little bit of glue, I've taken the first layer again and just showing you that's how easy it is to make your card blank base. Now, if you wanted to, and you wanted to make it more of an aperture, you could actually take one of the smaller ones, pop that on, and you could make like an aperture, like a doorway, because I was thinking this could be like a fairy doorway as well, so you could use it in that way. That's how I was seeing it, but that's just me. So we're going to let that card blank base dry. Now this is how frugal I am. It was a large circle, and I've used it before on other bits, but I saved this bit, and when I saw it I thought that is going to sit beautifully underneath here. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to add it, so then you've got that little bit of fretwork behind there. So even your little tiny bits, don't waste them. That's all I'm going to say to you. Do not waste them. It's really a great thing sometimes just to save the little pieces. So all I'm going to do is a little bit of wet glue. This is my everyday glue, available on the website, so do have a look for that. And all I'm going to do is just pop this along the edges, because I'm going to stick this behind the aperture. But you know, if you've got any of the vellum from Carnation Crafts or anything like that, you could actually just put a little bit of vellum behind it. Then you could put tiny lights and things like that. You can change the look of it. But can you see how it just makes it look a little bit more lacy, more detail on there? So now I'm just taking off my foam on a roll. I'm just going to add this to the front of the card, but it just wanted something a little bit different, show you, utilize that aperture, either dress it or, you know, manipulate it to work for you. A little bit more of the foam on the roll. This is the next layer, and this one I have kind of done all in white because I wanted it to be very neutral as well, because I do think, especially with Christmas coming, we're going to have all the golds and the silvers, and it's going to get a bit much. You know, so taking it back to keeping it simple like that, you can see it does look very beautiful. Then I've got some other elements here. Like I say, I do apologise, I don't know which ones kits they're from. These are just bits that I've gathered up as I hoover through the office when I'm going through sometimes, and I just see it and I went, oh, can I have this? And they're like, yeah, what are you going to do with it? But I do. They all get reused. So you can see with this, all I'm doing is dressing this using different kind of textures in a way, because of the different ways that one's more open and more leafy. This one's got these little like baubles on there and things like that, but I just wanted to break it up just to give it a different shape. And then I've got this one again. I'm sorry, I don't know what kit it's from, but if you're sat at home, you probably know more than me, so you can use whatever you have at home. And even if you've got little bits like this, if you wanted to, just let me show you. Like this, I've snipped this up to make my designs, but you could just snip it up and just put those on the inside as well. You don't always have to have a full piece or something. So if you've already cut something up, it just shows how you can bring these elements in. So I'm just putting that there just to break it up a little bit. Now with the daisies, what I've done, because I didn't unstitch these, I kind of folded the bit that joins them behind each other, just so that they hold together. And because they hold together, they're going to go more around a circle or an arch. So my thought process is, with those underneath, can you see how it just makes that? Just, if I do that, you can see, it gives it a little bit height already without me having to do anything. So that was my paper engineering there for you. So just adding a little bit of pinflay glue on the back of here. And I'm going to push that under. And this now is going to sit onto here, like so. And you can see, because they're all in the three, they just join up beautifully together on that corner, because otherwise it's going to look like we've got too much this side. Then we're going to start building this and just getting that little bit of design in here, because otherwise it looks like we've left this corner out. So let's add a little bit of this onto here and build this round. And then I've got the other ones, and I'm just going to push these in, and we're going to build these up as well. But you could see this could be just a thank you card. It could be a get well soon and things like that. You've got so many different elements that you can bring into these cards and these designs. And I just think that with the Clean and Simple, it gives you a great foundation for then you to manipulate the different designs and add in whatever you want. So this now, I'm just building this up with the little daisies. And this is then just going to give this a little bit of fullness as well. So just adding those, I'm just going to add those. Just let me pull that one up. It just needs to go up a little bit. There we go. So it's just staggered like a triangle. And then what I'm going to do is take these little bits, and that little greenery bit there is going to stick out, so it saves that corner being empty. You know, like when I talk to you sometimes and tell you about balance and things like that, if we didn't have that little bit, it would look a little bit lost in that corner. So that now just dresses that, brings it round, and you can see with that. With this one, I'm not going to use an actual sentiment on it because I think the card does it beautifully on its own. But you can see with that, again, different style, different look, different vibe going all together with that one. But this is what we're saying about the clean and simple. It gives you that clean, simple base for you then to elevate it, to build with it, and just to create with it. So $44.99 is the show price this week. We are approaching 40% of the stock has already gone. If I just show you a few of the ones that we did from the earlier show to show you, you can make different shapes, you can make different designs, you can add them in really, really easily. And just to show you, this is another one using, I did all pink tops last time, didn't I? I didn't realise that. And then this is one again, utilising different elements from Carnation Crafts dies, not from the clean and simple. So you can see proportion wise, it all works together and you can get a really different style with those. But hopefully, like I say, with the inspiration, you can watch all of this back. And with this as well, you'll be able to, you know, have a look at the Facebook page as well. I don't mind if you copy any of mine, I'm not precious, but obviously if you use any of the design team ideas, please just give them a little thank you on there, because they put in so much hard work and time to make these beautiful finished samples. It's just nice to do so. It's just fair to give it back. So let's do something else. So this time we're going to do it more on its side, shall we say, this one. So just let me get all the bits together. So with this one, what I've done is taken the base, cut two, and what we're going to do with this, I want it going that way, is obviously I've got the crease on there. So all I've done is crease it down, probably about 1 inch. So I've got my crease on there, so then I can have my card blank base. Let's take our glue, put a little bit on here, because obviously once this dries, it's super, super solid. You can use red liner tape if you want to, things like that. But sometimes I do think the glue just gives you that little bit of wiggle time and make sure that you can get everything aligned and in place where you need it. Next up, taking the next layer, I'm going to add this. But I'm also thinking with this as well, if you put score lines on your scoreboard, made it look like a door, you could actually cut it in half and have it like a little, like and an embossing folder with like wood effect. You could actually make it look like a little tree door or something like that, with your fairies and things like that, or your little mouse creatures or the squirrels and things like that that they do here at Carnations Crafts. You could change it up that way as well. So that's my imagination going a bit wild now, I know, but you know, that's how I see it sometimes, and I think of different shapes and different things you could do with it. So just popping this on to here, you can see this is going to be very, very easy now to put together, but we are using this to obviously stack and design this on here. Now what I'm going to do is, because I've got quite a few bits with this one, again I've cut off the longer stems. Some I've left on, some I've cut off. It's up to you, whatever you require and whatever you want. So what we're going to do is get the formation and just do a little bit of grouping along here with the designs. Sometimes I like to just lay them on and have a look first and kind of design it and plot it. But with this one I am going to do a few at the top and a few at the bottom as well. So this is really going to give it that little bit of a different look, as you can see with this one. So taking my different hydrangeas, a little bit of glue on there, giving it a shape and a bend. But I love the foliage. The colour of the foliage just really makes this pop in this collection. It really does. But nice to have that. And even if you wanted to, you could actually twirl the stems a little bit and you could have those as like little pieces, coming out. So again, there's no waste. You can use them as the extra pieces on there as well. So just adding this onto here. This is just going to give it a little bit of fullness on this side. But it's nice with the blues and the lavenders and the lilacs that are in there. It's such a pretty colour palette to work with. And it's nice because all the work's done for you. The fantastic design team here at Carnation Crafts really go above and beyond to make sure you've got what you need to make a fabulous card. They've given you the base dies to make a great shape. Then they've given you the artwork, so you're not having to colour stuff in and mess about and then think, does that look right, and waste your time. Everything is done for you. But then being able to make and sell with it gives it even more potential for you then to have the best time with these products. Now with this one, I am just going to face this one down the other way, and this is going to sit at the bottom, and this is then just going to sit in there, just slightly off the card. So again, it's drawing the eye in and down. Can you see? So we're following the shape of that. I have got the little leaf. I am going to go back in with that, and this is just going to sit there. Again, it's about giving the shape and the cluster to it as well. Then I'm going to take some of the other elements, and we are going to layer these up to give that dimension, because these are the decoupage ones. But if you wanted to use these, a great way to use them as well is popping them behind the aperture and sticking them down, so then it looks like you've got hydrangea paper behind them as well. So do have a look at using them in different ways in that way as well, because they do look really luscious, they really do. And you've got all those little details. But if you've got like a glitter glue pen and you just want to add a tiny bit of glue and glitter, that's a great thing to do as well. So now we've got that. I've got my little sentiment with the little plaques. I've gone for these because I really like these, because it's really difficult to get a slimline narrow plaques sometimes for your sentiments, because normally they're quite big and bulky, not from carnation but in general, I'm saying in general, and they can be a little bit awkward to do. These aren't. These work so well in there. So all I'm going to do is just pop that in the middle like so, and then you can see we've got a different look to our card. This time we've just put it on its side, but again, it's got that lovely, lovely shape to it. And I think a lot of you will agree, it's nice to have a different shape with your cards sometimes, because we do get a bit fed up of the square ones. I'm not going to lie to you. It is nice to have that shape and just to dress your card in style. Really, really lovely. This is the Heartfelt Hydrangeas card making kit. This one has launched today, so we can do that as well. What I am going to do now is just show you everything. So if you have just joined us, hello, and thank you for joining us today, because obviously this is the last show today. Once we've done, I know the Mr. Postman will be on his way to collect your orders, and I know how busy we've been, so they will be weaning their way to you this afternoon. Now, this is the main kit. This is your clean and simple Heartfelt Hydrangeas. Now, if you've not seen these before, inside you get all your dies on the left-hand side, even the decoupage layers, the mats and layers, the fantastic apertures that line up so easily. You've even got your mats and layers if you're wanting to put your sentiments on there. You've also got that little plaque style that is one of my favorites in this one. But then you've also got that stained window look, so you can add that in, you can take it out, you can mix and match. Your cardstock is in the back, which I think is phenomenal to have a kit that's got the coordinating cardstock that matches with the artwork. So when you're putting your cards together, you haven't got to think, what can I use? Everything is there for you. You're going to get 5 sheets of the beautiful nude, and you're going to get 10 of the blush as well. Then in the front you have got your adhesive, 5 meters of your foam on the roll. Then you've got your 2mm and your 5mm foam pads. They all sit in there. You've got your rubber stamps with your sentiments. These are the sentiments I've used all throughout these 2 hours, and these are fabulous. Yes, you can use them with the other clean and simple kits, not a problem, because you'll find these will are pre-sized and they will fit with all of them. Then you've got your background stamps, and these are nice because they're a little bit more rustic. So if you're just wanting like a little bit of a, you don't want a solid stamp because sometimes that can detract from the main image. You want like a soft background blended out. This is what that's going to give you too. But it all comes in the kit, and like, it doesn't matter if you have never crafted before and you've just come across this today, you think I want to go at that, all you're going to need is a die cutting machine. That's why a lot of you like these kits, because you can add on so many other factors from Carnation Crafts, but you can also just start with this place. Now with this as well, you can see you have got all those beautiful mats and layers on there, and look how stunning that is. That's exactly what you can make if you get everything out of the box and you start making and creating. You can see perfect layers, perfect sentiment sizing. It's not too big, too bold or too brash or anything. And then you've got the artwork that's the correct size as well. And like I say, these are all your stamps that you are getting. You've got just to say happy birthday, thinking of you, I love you, thank you, happy anniversary, sending you love, congratulations, a special friend. And then you've got your 2 background stamps as well. So you've got so much in there as well. But I just need to tell you, if you are needing to top up and you want to get extra of the nude cardstock, this is a fabulous one because it is in your kit, but you know what you like, you're frightened to use it. Always get more, then you know you're not going to run out. 251025. This is the nude cardstock, $14.99 as well, and all available on the website. You can scan the QR code or you can just pop that in your basket when you're over there. Also for you, as we were asked for earlier, the hammered cardstock. Now with this has got a soft hammered texture to it. So this one is more for your matte and layering, your card blanks, construction, things like that, because it is 280 GSM. And with this one, you are actually getting 50 sheets, and I think this one's $14.99 as well. So just have a look on the websites for the cardstocks and you'll see they're on there. And if I know some of you might have asked as well, the blush, because obviously you've got the nude, which is the pink. If you're wanting the blush cardstocks, we do like the blush pink, the blush blue, things like that. Have a look on the website. They are all on there as well. So just treat yourself. That's what it's all about. But it's such a fabulous collection to have here for you. And you know, I love the Clean and Simple range because it gives you scope to be able to really try and make a lot of different things and have different designs with your cards as well. So just adding this in now, what I'm going to do is just add this to the front. So with this one, I decided to use the blush card. So I just thought, right, we'll cut all this out. Now with this one, again, I'm just folding it at the top because that's going to be my hinge for my card. A little bit of wet glue. And I have to say, this everyday glue is fabulous for all your card making. If you're doing flat matting and layering, it's going to be a great one for you to be able to use for sure. And you'll see this gives this a great effect. Let's start layering this up. Yes, if you want these flat as well, you can have these flat. But I do think because that foam's in that kit, use it because that will elevate it, makes it look a bit more regal. And it also, think of it like, I always say like a wedding cake. You've got that many different layers, it looks stunning, and that's how you want your cards to look as well. So all we're doing is just adding this onto here to give it that beautiful effect and design on there too. And this one is your next layer because you know I've had a play at home at trying to mix it, you know, upside down and things like that. But obviously, you know, it won't work quite as well if you do that. If you're going to do that, then you're going to have to arc the top bit out and use it as a template that way. But yeah, I've had a play with these and, you know, they really are such a nice shape for you to be able to use. And look at that. It just looks like a really fabulous door to me. I don't know why, door or window. It's got that great look. This time I'm adding in one of the pieces that is like the lead glass kind of design. That's just going to sit in there. So let's glue this down and get that beautiful effect on there. Now I've stuck that in there. So just taking this out again, wet glue because we've got the wiggle room with it and that's what we want. And I do kind of want this to sit a little bit flatter. So all I'm doing is tapping glue onto the edge. Then all I'm going to do is thread it underneath and then you can use your pokey tool just to pull it back up into place and then just press down. Sometimes I just turn over my pokey tool and I will use that to press that down if you don't want to use your fingers. And you can see that sits in there perfectly. You do not have to worry at all. Now we've got these gorgeous flowers with the hydrangeas and you can see these really do make such a beautiful difference to your card. Now this time I am actually leaving these on here because what I wanted to do is have them as a drape because my sentiment is going to then cross over it so it all joins all the way up the card. So we are going to do it like that this time. So again, taking the flowers, just bend them back slightly just to give them a bit of a kink. I tend to put them around my finger as well, as you know, and that will then just give it that height. You could use your foam pads, it doesn't matter. You are free to use whatever you want. It's just sometimes when I'm doing this, I move quick, so I tend to use a little bit of my glue gel. Same again with this one, curving the flowers, and because these are double-sided vignettes, I can have it facing that way, or I can have it facing that way, which is absolutely genius. So with this now, I can have this one flicked this way. So all I'm doing is lining up kind of the stems, so the stems are kind of together. Can you see? So there, it looks like a bouquet. This flower I'm going to have facing the other way, and you'll see I've dropped it down slightly just to give it that lovely look just there. So again, taking my glue, we're going to add this one onto there, and hopefully you can see the flowers then just drape along the front of the card. I've got my other bits as well. We're just going to add these on to just give it a little bit height and dimension, and it doesn't matter if you're not using the exact one on the exact piece, as long as you kind of staggering them round, and I offset them slightly to make them look fuller as well, so you can do that. And if you want to, you can snip bits off and have individual like little petals, like the petals are falling off, which looks quite pretty as well. Then just taking the top layer, and look at the graduation of the colour in that. How fabulous is that? I haven't got hours to sit shading it and colouring it. The team here have done all this for you. So when you get your vignettes, all you've got to do is just print them out and cut them out, and then you will have an absolutely stunning card. Now with this one, like I say, I'm going to do it so it actually crosses over, and then it looks like the flowers are behind it. I'll put that a bit low. Let's just swap that round. There we go. So it looks like they're holding them onto the card as well. Then I've got my sentiment. We're just going to take this and put this on, but these are all literally embossed on the edge, so even up close they look absolutely beautiful. So just adding that onto there, but you can see the simplicity, the beauty, stripping your cards back sometimes and just taking it back to a place where it was cleaner and simpler with your cards. You'll get more comments with your cards as well if you're using this range, because a lot of people are like, wow, they look really boutique style cards, and that's what we want with our style and with our cards. And you can see with these, you are going to get that each and every time. Every single one that you cut out or you style or you make, you can see you've got that perfect aperture, you've got the perfect alignment, you've got that perfect design now to bring in as many different designs as you want or you need to make and create, and just change up the styles of your cards. And you can see these are so beautiful and so different each and every time. Now let me show you a few more of the other design team samples, because we have got some real stunners as always, so I do like to show them to you, you know I do. So let me grab my box of tricks. Look at this. Look how beautiful that rose is on there. It looks like you can actually take it off. It looks so real. How it's been added with dimension and shape with that glue gel. It just looks, oops, sorry. It looks fabulous. So you can use that. Christmas cards. Look at that. That's a statement card right there for Christmas. You've got the see-through. That is the hammered cardstock on there actually, so that would be great for you to use. You can see you've got that texture, but it's one panel at the back that's just been cut through. Because you've got that aperture, it works beautiful every single time. But then you've got that little bit of dress on the corner. That card would actually make pence to make, actually, if you think about it. But you could charge, you know, £1.50, £2, but it costs you pence with the cardstock. So do think about that, because Christmas is one of the most times you make so many cards. Make it affordable for you as well. And, you know, you could always gain a little bit back by obviously selling a few. Then we've got that beautiful one where they've actually took, because with the panel that looks, I think it looks like stained glass window, this you can cut into your cardstock, which they've done here, or use the outer frame and cut out of it. So you can use that in different ways. You've got so many different designs. I love the little mice with that. What a great shape of card that is. And then again, bringing in your perfect papers and things like that, you can bring that in. And you can see just dressing it with little bits that are always left over. And we always have it. You never make a card and you're never left just with nothing. You've always got a bit of cardstock, or you've got like a few pieces of the actual vignettes left. utilize them, make them, and make it work for you. But look at that. How great are these? And I'm not being funny. With these, you could make your tags with them for Christmas. You can make a corresponding tag to go with that. So if somebody comes to your stall, or if you sell them on the internet or wherever you do, then you could say, would you like a tag to go with it for a present? You can make one similar as well. So a great, great way of mixing it up too as well. Now, if you are umming and ahhing and wanting to make up your mind, let's just take a final look at this so you can actually see what you're getting. With this is the Hydrangea Heartfelt collection. Comes in the file, everything is in there. It's colour coded down the front so you know what colours are in there as well, but everything is in here. You're not hunting around the house looking for dies, looking for the corresponding cardstock, which sometimes can take you an hour, and then you got to a point where you're fed up and you don't want to make your cards. Make it clean, make it simple, have everything under in one kit, and then you know where it all is. You've got your 3 different sizes in your hydrangeas, so again, buildable. You've not just got one size. You've got your mats and layers, you've got your perfect aperture dies, you've even got your card blank size shape in there as well. Cardstock is neatly tucked away in the back. You are going to get with this, you will actually get 10 of the blush cardstock, and you'll get 5 of the nude as well in there. So a great way to store it. You are also going to get your 5 meters of foam on a roll. You'll also get your 2mm and your 5mm of your foam pads, so you've got all those in there. And then you've also got here your rubber stamps that you can then create backgrounds you can use with this kit. You could use on a separate kit if you wanted to. You've also got your sentiments as well. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different sentiments in there that will also work with any of the other kits, past, present or future. With the actual clean and simple kits, they will all work together. Now, just to show you up close so you can have a little look, this on here, everything, obviously download your artwork, everything can be made with that one kit. Even the foam pads in there, you've got that. You're not rooting around looking for the correct sizes. Everything is there too. And then these are the stamps. So again, you've got everything in your kit to really, really push you if you want to by using rubber stamps if you've never used them before, but also just having the right size, the right shapes to fit with your cards are going to be absolutely genius. So that is literally your clean and simple kit that we've got for you as our special. We've also got for you the extra nude cardstock, which is in obviously the collection, but I know a lot of you like extra. You're getting 20 sheets extra of the nude, and this is $14.99 for you with this one. $2.90 GSM. Great weight and a beautiful colour to have. It is like that new baby colour, so I do like that. But also, if you're wanting the hammered cardstock, this is available on the website too, because a lot of you were asking if it was in stock. We've got this one, 50 sheets of the A4, $2.80 GSM, but this has got that soft hammered cardstock effect on there. But again, a great one for your card blank bases as well. So you have got those ready to be able to use on there as well. But it's such an amazing kit. And like I say, the clean and simple, we don't do them all the time. We probably do it once a month or once every 6 weeks to make sure then we've got something new for you. And a lot of you do collect these. Now, don't forget, tomorrow at 5 o'clock, I will be at Hobby Maker with this. So if you have just caught the end of this, you're thinking, I want to see some more, I've got different demonstrations and things for you tomorrow, but 5 o'clock on Hobby Maker. So do tune over and watch me on there as well. Laura and the team will be back probably the rest of the week or just into next week. So don't worry, Laura will be back. But if I was you, get your clean and simple now. We're already at 40% of the stock has gone. You know, with the overnight repeats and everything, this could be gone by tea time. So do make sure you check out. Thank you so much to everybody out there today. Thank you to the team as always here at Carnation Crafts for making it all fabulous. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.